Previously on the practice.
We find the defendant, William Hinks, not guilty.
Lindsay, the man did not kill anybody.
Jeannie, he did.
Can I vote?
Since you are treating him, I would just like you to prevail upon him not to stalk me anymore.
I can't promise I'll be effective, but I'll certainly try.
I am issuing a restraining order requiring Mr. Hinks not to contact, follow, or approach Ms. Dole and Ms. Hatcher, and to stay at least 1,000 feet from them, their homes, and their offices.
You told the police that Scott Wallace acted with premeditation?
He did.
You're his lawyer, huh?
Not on this, I'm not. Eleanor and I were witnesses.
And Eleanor correctly said he snapped.
I don't agree.
Well, if you're wrong, Jimmy, your mistake could cost a man a life sentence.
We all think it would be best not to represent Scott Wallace.
Forget it.
We should vote Bobby.
All those in favor of me representing him. All opposed. The ayes have it.
You're going up first. You also might be batting cleanup.
Okay.
I'll basically just be asking you what you saw. Contrary to popular belief, I do not supply the answers of my witnesses. This is a little delicate, but you do realize the lawyer who will cross-examine you will try to leave you in the shape of a pretzel.
How long do you figure to keep me up there?
It should be pretty short. I'm assuming you have no conflict and you'll continue to give a truthful account.
Of course I have a conflict. My boss is opposing counsel. I'll be testifying against a former client. In my life, I'll probably never know a bigger professional conflict.
But you're prepared to tell the truth.
That's why I'm here.
Okay. And once again, you might know Bobby Donnell. You might be friends with him. But being cross-examined by him is a different experience. When you might not
Richard, I can handle Bobby.
Bobby.
Forget it. It's too late now anyway. We start tomorrow.
Let me do it then.
Eugene, the only reason the judge signed off on the conflict is because of the unique trust that Scott shares with me.
This firm.
No, me.
This could splinter us. Jimmy, Eleanor.
We've been through it.
Well, for Scott Wallace's sake, then. You've been erratic. I'm your friend, Bobby. I'm your partner. Trust me when I tell you, you're in no emotional shape to be trying this case.
I am trying this case. End of discussion, Eugene.
You know how hard it is to be in debt. Now see how easy it is to find a way out.
The decision to even allow Bobby Donnell to represent Scott Wallace in this case has drawn considerable fire from judges, prosecutors, and defense lawyers alike.
There's insanity here. It comes from Mr. Donnell and Judge Michelson. The idea that a lawyer acts as defense counsel where two lawyers from his own firm are primary witnesses, it's ludicrous.
Did Beck call?
Yeah. She just left the clerk. You're on time.
All set? What? We shouldn't go over together because we're on opposite sides?
Jimmy, you got to promise. No hard feelings.
How many times are you going to say that?
Well, I will have to go after you.
I understand that, Bobby.
And I'll get you. I'll embarrass you. Do you understand that?
What's this, one of your intimidation tricks?
I'm not trying to intimidate. I just don't want this trial to jeopardize our friendship.
Bobby, if you gave a rat's ass about our friendship, you wouldn't be on this case.
All right.
No. Let's all be honest. My involvement here is mandatory, just like Eleanor's. We're material witnesses. The only one with a choice is you.
I didn't choose. Scott Wallace isn't in a
trust
psychological
anybody
place to
but you.
trust another
Yeah,
attorney.
yeah.
Look at you guys. You're already at each other's throats.
I'm not at anybody's throat. I'm just saying, Jimmy, what I do in that room is purely professional. So please don't take it personal.
Donna Young Dole. When? Well, is she okay? Yeah, I'll let her know. Thank you. Jeannie Reynolds had a heart attack. What? She's in the ER at Mass General. I'll go with her.
Dr. Hoffman to medical records. Dr. Hoffman to medical records.
Lindsay.
Is she okay?
They don't know yet.
Lucy Hatcher. This is Jeannie's mother, Marianne.
She was supposed to drive me to the airport this morning, and she didn't show. I couldn't get her by phone, so I went over to her apartment. She was just lying on the bed, and she wasn't breathing.
Did they get a pulse?
The paramedics, I think they got something. Yeah, I don't even know how long she was lying there.
Had she had any heart problems?
No. She's in her 30s, for God's sake. What 30-year-old has a heart attack?
We were trying one last time to negotiate a settlement. Mr. Duval was also a friend of Scott Wallace, so we figured it was worth a try.
Can you describe what transpired at the meeting, Mr. Berluti?
Well, Mr. Duval told Scott he would not rehire him, and Scott began to get upset. He felt particularly betrayed by Mr. Duval since they were friends. Scott, he claimed his life was ruined and that Mr. Duval was the first to abandon him. Then, suddenly, he's pulled a gun, and he looks for a second like he's going to kill himself. He even pointed the gun at himself.
And then what happened?
Well, Mr. Duval started to try to talk him out of it. He said suicide wasn't the answer. And Scott, he said something like, "You're right." And he turned the gun, and he pointed it right at Mr. Duval.
Could you describe Mr. Wallace's demeanor at this point?
Well, he was angry. That was the thing. He wasn't like in despair.
Objection, Foundation.
Overruled.
Go ahead, sir.
He wasn't talking crazy. He was actually giving these clever little answers.
What do you mean?
Well, when he had the gun on himself, Mr. Duval said...
Hearsay?
Overruled.
He said, suicide's not the answer. And Scott, he said, how would you know, Harry? The last time you killed yourself, it didn't work out? And then, after he shot him, he turned to Eleanor Frudd and me, all calm, and he said, bet you're glad I ran out of bullets, huh?
From your observation, was this man acting in conscious control when...
Objection, Foundation.
I'm asking a lay opinion of somebody who was in the room.
I'll allow it.
When he fired that gun and killed Harry Duval, did he appear to be in control of himself?
In my lay opinion, this was not a man who snapped. I think he only pointed the gun at himself to make it seem like he was out of control. But when he shot Harry Duval, to me, it looked like an ice-cold execution.
Ms. Reynolds, I'm sorry. The coronary was just too massive.
Oh, God. Please, God, no.
She died of... You're sure it was a coronary?
Yes.
You don't have any psychiatric training, do you, Jimmy?
No, I do not. I said it was in my lay opinion.
What was going through your head when Mr. Wallace first pulled out that gun?
At first, when he put the gun to his head, I thought he was going to kill himself.
Did you try to stop him?
Did I try to stop him?
Yes. Did you do anything?
No, I think I kind of froze.
You froze. Did you say anything?
I don't really remember if I said anything or not.
You don't really remember. You remember things Mr. Wallace said, but you don't remember what you said.
I don't remember saying anything.
Does that mean you didn't say anything? Or if you did, you just don't remember?
I didn't say anything.
Why not? Your own client was apparently about to take his life. You didn't even try to dissuade him?
I think I was a little in... I was surprised.
You were about to say you were in shock, weren't you?
I wasn't in shock. I was caught by surprise.
Why didn't you do anything, Jimmy? You could have said something. You could have tried to restrain Mr. Wallace. You could have left the room. Instead, you did nothing.
The man had a gun. I wasn't going to rush him.
Why? Were you in fear for your own life?
A little, sure.
So you were in fear when all this happened?
Yes.
Ever been shot yourself, Jimmy?
Yes.
Objection, relevance?
I'm attempting to show this witness was in shock. He had previously been a shooting victim himself when he saw the gun.
Now he's testifying.
That objection is sustained. The first one is overruled.
Where were you shot, Jimmy?
My midsection.
You almost died, didn't you?
Yes.
In fact, you still have nightmares over being shot, don't you?
Yes.
Ever sought therapy for that?
No.
Ever talk about your nightmares with family or close friends?
No.
You get shot. You almost die. You have reoccurring dreams. You don't talk about it with anybody?
No.
Why not?
There's no need to. It's something I can deal with myself.
It's something you can deal with yourself. And if somebody were to pull out a gun in front of you today, you don't think your powers of observation would be at all compromised by your own personal history?
No, I do not.
When somebody goes to kill themselves or somebody else, it's your normal, clear-headed reaction to neither do anything nor say anything?
It's how I reacted in this situation. Yes.
Tell me, Jimmy, since all this happened, do you have nightmares thinking maybe if you had done something or said something, Harry Duvall might still be alive? Have you been haunted at all by that, Jimmy?
No.
Gee, to let another man be killed?
Objection.
You were in shock, weren't you, Jimmy?
No, I was not.
No? And it really doesn't bother you that you didn't do anything?
Objection.
Withdrawn. Nothing further.
At 8 on FX.
It was not a heart attack.
Lindsay.
I don't care what the doctor said. A woman in her 30s doesn't just suddenly turn up dead. It was William Hinks. I know it.
What, he scared her into having a coronary?
Did you check for toxins? If she was poisoned,
Lindsay,
at least order an autopsy.
The mother is resisting that. Without some evidence of foul play...
Michael, she was treating a serial killer.
This wouldn't fit his pattern.
I know, but don't you think it's a bit of a coincidence?
Lindsay.
I know he did it. He killed her.
I'll tell you what. We'll dust her apartment, search it as if it were a crime scene.
What about the autopsy?
You'll have to get the family to agree to that.
I completely disagree with Mr. Berludi's account.
How so?
Well, from my observation, Scott Wallace was extremely erratic. Though I am no psychologist, I believe he was going to take his own life, and then he suddenly turned the gun on Mr. Duvall.
Could you describe his behavior physically?
Yes, he was trembling, shaking. His eyes were closed when he had the gun up to his own head, and then he started to rock up and down slightly on the balls of his feet.
And what did you do at this point?
Well, I tried to stop him, reason with him, but he just screamed at me and told me to shut up. I mean, he screamed it at me like he was some kind of a madman.
And when he turned the gun on Mr. Duvall?
His eyes had this blank, foreign look. I think mentally he was gone at that point.
Eleanor, what about Jimmy Berludi's behavior?
That seemed very odd as well.
How so?
He just sat there. When Scott pulled out the gun, we all jumped up. Except for Jimmy, he just sat there, frozen like he was catatonic. I think he went into shock.
Erratic, madman, catatonic, shock. A lot of clinical buzzwords.
I said I was no psychologist. I testified as to what I saw.
In addition to being a witness, Scott Wallace is also your client.
Former client.
Well, he continues to be a client of your firm.
It doesn't compromise the truth of my testimony.
Yes or no? Scott Wallace is a client of your law firm.
Yes.
And you personally have been his lawyer.
Yes.
And Bobby Donnell is the senior partner of your law firm.
Yes.
An autopsy? This man is ingenious. I just can't rule out the idea that somehow he's involved.
Wouldn't the doctors have been able to tell that?
Yes, with an autopsy. On the face of it, there doesn't seem to be any foul play, but
The idea of cutting her up.
This man is meticulous. If she was killed, there isn't likely to be any evidence at her home. Mrs. Reynolds, even with just the possibility that she was killed...
You're the only one suggesting the possibility she was killed.
An autopsy could be done in a day, maybe 2. I just have a strong feeling...
Certainly you can't expect that restraining order to apply here. I heard that Dr. Reynolds had a medical emergency. I came down. I had no way of knowing you'd be present.
Did you kill her?
That hurt my feelings.
Did you kill her?
In that you asked me such a question within earshot of others, I have a cause of action for slander.
Why don't you sue me?
What a delightful idea. Be tough to enforce that restraining order then, wouldn't it? With us inextricably embroiled in a lawsuit together. By the way, I don't poison. I cut off heads.
That's the man I think killed your daughter. Please request the autopsy.
How's he doing?
Actually, I thought he was pretty great. In control. He had Jimmy for lunch.
What?
Wait, Jimmy.
He didn't have me for lunch.
I'm just trying to be optimistic about the case.
I thought he did terrible. He strayed so far off course with me. He looked desperate.
You could be right.
He didn't have me for lunch.
Let's go. Back in. Jimmy's still friends, right?
You didn't touch me. All that crap about me getting shot and how it affected. That was stupid, Bobby. You think a jury's gonna fall for that? It was desperate.
What are you doing here?
Just checking in. You need anything?
Nope. Fine. Come on back.
When he started, when he said I could have my job back, I just felt the blood rush to... that he could pity me after that.
The gun was in your briefcase. Why did you put a gun in your briefcase that day?
Yeah, well, many reasons. You walk around with a holster, people look at you funny.
Scott, we need for you to be serious.
Well, serious is working less well for me.
When you packed the gun in your briefcase, did you plan on killing Harry Duvall?
No. No, I planned to kill myself. Or a stranger.
A stranger?
When I first put it in the briefcase, I thought I'm going to kill somebody. Probably just somebody I passed on the street.
Why?
Why not? I mean, why? What happened to me was I lived my whole life like, don't drink and drive, work hard at school and be good to your parents. I jumped through all the right hoops, and it doesn't matter. Does it? It's all so arbitrary. Well, I picked up a gun and I wanted the power. I thought it'd be, stranger. I thought maybe I'd right there in the street and boom, and I'd look in his eyes and I'd see that why me look in somebody else's.
So you thought you'd kill a stranger?
I don't know. I thought probably just myself, you know.
And when you pulled the gun out?
Just to kill myself. Then when he offered a job back, and when he tried to be a hero, I didn't want him to think that. I didn't want him to strut with the idea that he was a good friend. And I just felt hot. And next thing I know, he was recoiling like he'd been shot. And then I realized he was shot and that I was the one that shot him. Just...
Nobody moved. I think we were all glad he didn't have his gun up there on the stand.
Did Baycross?
Tomorrow morning.
So Bobby's been okay?
I think he's been perfect. He's focused.
So what's he doing now?
Oh, he's in there with the shrinks, which I should probably be too.
Okay, Lindsay, you were right.
What?
She was injected with liquid nicotine. It simulated all the conditions of a heart attack. We've searched her apartment, we found 2 hairs, and we're running the DNA analysis as we speak.
So she was murdered.
She was murdered.
I'm fine, Bobby.
Don't keep telling me that. The guy...
We've got a guard outside, and they're picking Hinks up.
Until they pick him up, the guard goes with you everywhere.
I would like one, too. I mean, the guy's got my address, and he looked at me like he was attracted.
You get a guard, too.
Bobby, we gotta get going.
Come on. Everywhere you go. Morning, Jimmy.
Morning.
Jimmy, you do seem to be taking this personally.
He made it personal, Eleanor.
He was defending his client.
My personal history has nothing to do with this case, and you know it.
Well, actually, I don't know it. I think Bobby raised a legitimate question.
I don't want to talk about it, all right?
Yes, and you're not wanting to talk about it. Go straight to the question.
Your testimony was very powerful, Mr. Wallace.
Glad you liked it. I aim to please. And, of course, to shoot.
Yes, I think I was most struck by your anger. You're a very angry man, aren't you, Mr. Wallace?
You seem to have a firm grasp of the obvious.
Yes. And what's also obvious is you just happened to shoot the person you were most angry at. What a coincidence.
Objection.
Overruled.
How'd you get to the meeting that evening, Mr. Wallace?
I drove.
Stop for all the traffic lights on the way over?
I don't remember.
Any accidents or incidents on the way to Mr. Donnell's office?
No.
You were dressed how?
I wore a suit.
On time for the meeting?
Yes.
If the meeting had gone well and Mr. Duvall had given you your job back, think you would have shot him?
Objection. Speculation.
Sustained.
Are you remorseful, sir, for shooting Mr. Duvall? You know Sarah Duvall, Harry's wife, sitting right over here. You know his 3 children. You've just sat up here talking about shooting a husband, a father of 3. You've talked about killing him with all this righteous indignation. Look at them, Mr. Wallace, and tell them how powerful it made you feel to be arbitrary.
Should we object?
No.
Just explain to them how unfair life has been to you. I am sure they'll understand. Maybe you could even give them some advice. Tell them they'll feel better if they just go out and shoot somebody themselves.
I don't feel like talking anymore. I'm not going to talk.
You're going to talk.
Oh, I have something to say, Detective, but it'll be to the judge when I file a claim for harassment, false imprisonment. Incidentally, will this be the last arrest, or can I expect others?
I want to know where you were 2 nights ago.
I believe I was home alone watching Taxi.
You think that's funny, William?
I find humor is all about knowing your audience. While the joke could be lost on you, I'm sure Lindsay is about to find herself in stitches. You don't think I know you come in to watch? People always know when they're being watched, Lindsay. You, of all people, should know that.
I can't hold him.
What do you mean?
I've got no evidence, Lindsay.
The man...
DNA didn't check out. It was somebody else's hair.
You already know?
We can't place him at the scene. There's nothing to hold him with.
Unless he planted somebody else's hair, which is starting to happen now.
Maybe he did, but we have nothing to implicate him. You're the DA. Give me some advice here.
So he's walking back out. He basically told me that I'm next, and out he goes?
What about just on the threats? They can't hold him on that? Put Helen on. How overt do they have to be? Well, how long do we wait, Helen, till Lindsay... Don't tell me to calm down, and don't tell me there's nothing you can do. Go out and plant some evidence if you have to. You're the police.
Bobby.
Lucy, call Alan Neal. Get him in my office this afternoon. Tell him it's an emergency.
What happened?
They released Hinks. No evidence.
Oh, wait. Are you okay to go in there? I can do direct on Murphy.
I can do it.
Well, okay, then take a breath.
I can...
Take a breath.
You can't just judge his sanity by the single act of the crime. You need to consider his whole psychiatric database.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, his prior mental history. He'd been experiencing deep clinical depression. He'd been exhibiting symptoms of psychosis, seeing spots, sleeplessness, paranoia.
And when he pulled out the gun?
In my opinion, that was the culminating psychotic act. He'd lost his ability to be responsible for his actions.
Are you saying if a person is depressed or he sees spots, that's a precursor that he could become homicidal?
Of course not. I'm saying in this case, it was a precursor.
Well, with all this psychosis, did you ever recommend he be committed?
No, but I wish I had.
You wish you had. Mr. Wallace had the presence of mind to select his victim when he shot Mr. Duvall instead of his lawyers, didn't he, Doctor?
Well, that doesn't mean it wasn't a psychotic act.
Oh, no one's denying the psychosis here, Doctor. The question is whether Mr. Wallace could appreciate the nature of his act. He selected the victim who angered him. He knew to stop shooting when he ran out of bullets.
Are you making up your own test now, Mr. Bay, for legal?
You certainly felt free to make up yours.
Objection.
Sustained. The fact that he was able to demonstrate victim selection is proof to me he knew exactly what he was doing.
Even if his acts were irrational, Doctor?
Every murder is irrational. And this man exhibited enough rational thought to plan this. He brought a gun to the meeting. It's premeditation and preparation.
The psychiatric testimony was pretty much a wash. The good thing. In Massachusetts, the burden is on the prosecution to show you were sane. We don't have to prove you weren't.
Well, you make it all sound so optimistic. I could almost lose sight of the fact that insanity defenses are successful in less than 0.25% of all criminal cases.
Scott, I have to tell you, with your attitude, our chances are worse than that.
Well, if I get convicted here, Rebecca, I go back to a society where there are even bigger pariahs than me.
If you're even remotely looking forward to that society, you're every bit as insane as we're cracking you up to be.
Where's Bobby?
He's working on his closing.
I'm impressed.
Business must be good.
Yeah, we get by.
And I hear you're married now.
Yeah. Which is the reason I called.
You want me to kill her?
No, I do not want you to kill her, Alan. She's being threatened, and her life could very well be in danger.
From who?
His name is William Hinks. He's a serial psycho head chopper. We just successfully got acquitted. Now he's obsessed or something with Lindsay.
50,000 cash up front.
I'm not hiring you to... I just want you to scare him.
Scare him?
The police have tried, the DAs have tried. The problem is he knows there's only so much they can do. I want him to hear it from somebody he thinks might actually hurt him.
You're really worried, huh?
We're talking about my wife, Alan. I mean, this guy is sick. We think he just killed his therapist.
You remember, I said this day would come?
Sorry?
You know, when I was looking at double consecutives and you got me off. And I said, someday you're going to need me just like I needed you. I also said I'd deliver. Remember that?
Put the fear of God in him, Alan.
You got an address?
Yeah, I got it written out.
Bobby, oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be right out. Yeah.
Pregnant even. I'll take care of it, Bobby.
Thanks. This man had been diagnosed long before this shooting. He was suffering from twin positional emotional traumas, his wife's death and being accused of it. He had been on the edge of a psychotic break for which he was hospitalized. This isn't the case of lawyers and doctors finding a disorder after the event. Scott Wallace's mental condition was pre-existing and diagnosed months before. He had been on the edge. Karen's death, the arrest, the conviction, prison, the appeal, the second trial. He had been living all that while suffering clinical depression, and he finally lost it that night with Harry Duvall, just like Dr. Murphy told us he would. You heard 7 different experts, psychologists, forensic psychiatrists. They all told you to a medical certainty that Scott Wallace had a psychotic breakdown. But you don't have to get weighed down by all the medical jargon and the science. The test of legal insanity, it really comes down to this. Was Scott Wallace able? Was he able to conform his conduct to the requirements of the law? And to answer that question, you only need to ask yourselves this. Even if the Boston police had been right there in the room with him that night, would he have still shot Harry Duvall? And we all know the answer to that question. It's yes.
He didn't just pull out a gun and start firing. He shot the man who wronged him after planning it, after packing a gun in a briefcase to conceal it. This was a reflective choice. For every psychiatrist they put up there to declare him insane, we put up 2 to say he wasn't. This is a man, when he gets angry, he acts on that anger. That's why he was charged with his wife's murder, for which he was convicted at first. That's why even his close friend, Harry Duvall, knew him to be a murderer. And that's why his own lawyer, who was in the room at the time, who saw it, he knew it to be a cold-blooded act of execution. And he told you that.
Jimmy Berluti was a previous gunshot victim himself. He froze when Scott Wallace pulled out that gun. His powers of observation were paralyzed. He didn't even do anything to try to stop either the suicide or the homicide. The other eyewitness, Eleanor Frutt, she told you. Scott Wallace snapped. He pulled that gun out to kill himself. And then he went blank. And as Scott himself testified, the next thing, shots were being fired, Harry Duvall was being hit. Scott Wallace was mentally gone.
And I would submit every murderer has to be a little mentally gone to commit a homicide. That doesn't mean we excuse it. Scott Wallace was fed up. He'd had enough. And now it was time to get even. Revenge may be motive, but it's no defense.
Can they prove he was sane beyond a reasonable doubt? No. They don't prove sanity beyond a reasonable doubt.
Intent, preparation, victim selection.
He snapped.
He chose.
He was insane.
He was angry.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Could he appreciate the wrongfulness of his conduct? That's the question.
Could he appreciate the wrongfulness of his conduct? That's the question.
No witnesses to place him near the house.
What about... You said that hair could have been planted.
Well, a lot of criminals are taking advantage of DNA evidence now by leaving a strand of somebody else's hair or a drop of somebody else's blood. Hinks is certainly smart enough.
He is a suspect.
Yes, he is. Lindsay, we're on it.
I mean, can you just follow him wherever he goes?
No, we really can't do that. Truthfully, I think it was a mistake for me to try to scare him. Some of these psychos, you antagonize them, they just get worse.
College Football Saturday, presented by Kyocera, returns August 24th to Fox Sports Net.
William Hinks?
Tried a great case, Bobby.
Thanks.
I know I could have been more help. Should have flapped my arms or something.
Don't you care, Scott? Scott?
When I let myself care, that's when I get hurt. You know, it's just... Boom! Kidding. I started to go crazy because, you know, they were calling me a murderer. They said I killed my wife, and look what happened. I became one. I shot Harry Duvall, and I turned into exactly what they were calling me.
You're not a murderer, Scott.
Yeah. Well, you're a good man, Bobby, but that's no guarantee.
Verdict.
Mr. Wallace, would you please rise? Mr. Wallace? Mr. Foreman, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus Scott Wallace on the charge of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, Scott Wallace, not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect.
The Commonwealth moves the defendant be committed to a psychiatric facility.
The court orders that the defendant be hospitalized for a period of 60 days for observation at Bridgewater. We'll consider further petitions after that. Court is adjourned.
What's going on?
It's for observation and treatment. It's temporary. And Scott, you need it.
Will I get out?
Probably in 60 days. Scott, you need help. Treatment is a good thing here.
Okay, Bobby. Bobby, I didn't know what to say the last time. Now. Thank you.
Helen?
It's okay. Lindsay's fine.
What? What?
Michael called me. He's inside.
Michael.
You don't want to go in there.
I'm going in. Bobby, I'm coming in. Lindsay, stay with Helen. His head. Do you have any suspects?
Not yet.
Previously on The Practice.
We find the defendant, William Hinks, not guilty.
Since you are treating him, I would just like you to prevail upon him not to stalk me anymore.
I can't promise I'll be effective, but I'll certainly try.
Jeannie Reynolds had a heart attack.
What? I don't care what the doctor said. A woman in her 30s doesn't just suddenly turn up dead. It was William Hinks.
But he scared her into having a coronary?
At least order an autopsy.
Okay, Lindsay, you were right. She was injected with liquid nicotine. It simulated all the conditions of a heart attack.
So she was murdered.
I want to know where you were 2 nights ago.
I believe I was home alone watching Taxi.
You think that's funny, William?
While the joke could be lost on you, I'm sure Lindsay is about to find herself in stitches.
She's being threatened, and her life could very well be in danger.
$50,000 cash up front.
I'm not hiring you to... I just want you to scare him.
I'll take care of it, Bobby.
Hinks?
Yeah.
Where's his head? Do you have any suspects?
Not yet.
I asked for my lawyer.
This is Bernard Shanley. He's a public defender.
I don't want a public defender. I asked for Bobby Donald.
Mr. Neal, I'm going to advise you to just listen now.
You listen. Beat it.
Shut up, Alan, and just don't talk for a second. You have a problem, Alan. The man you killed was a bit of a security freak. He had cameras. One of them picked you up entering his house. He also managed to activate his phone machine, which partially recorded an exchange between you two.
You picked the wrong girl to terrorize. Bobby Donald's a friend of mine. We got kind of an arrangement going. I kill people, he gets me off. Over the years, I'm in his debt pretty good, so when he calls in a favor...
I have a silent alarm. The police are on their way as I speak.
Then I better not waste time.
Before you touch me, you should know. I have cooties.
Well, you're a funny boy.
Please?
You have exceeded the time.
See, Alan? I don't think Bobby Donald is the lawyer you want to be calling.
Did you feel that? Oh, I felt it.
I didn't.
You didn't feel that? On.
What about that?
That I felt. Is that normal?
Hey, Jimmy, how come you never asked to feel my stomach?
Don't start with me, Eleanor.
Bobby, Alan Neal.
What about him?
He's been arrested for William Hinks' murder.
Arrested when?
Last night. They got him in lockup. He's being arraigned at 9 o'clock.
Privacy.
Ollie.
Calm down.
Bobby, they know. They got it on tape.
Keep your voice down.
He had some recorder thing going.
Who?
Hinks. The guy you had me whack.
Hey, I didn't have you.
They got it on tape, man.
Alan, calm down.
They want me to turn state against you.
What?
They got me on tape, Hal. You know, you sent me...
Who wants you to turn state?
The cops. And that midget DA. Bobby, they got us both.
What exactly do they have on tape?
Me telling Hinks that you sent me.
All right. First, I never sent you to kill him.
Oh, come on.
I said scare him.
Now, come on, Bobby.
I never...
Look, we're in deep here. If you're going to turn against me...
I'm not turning against you.
Okay. We need each other. We're in trouble, so look. Let's just get on the same page here. And admit that you had me kill the guy.
I did not have you kill him. I'll be seeing you, Alan. Guard!
Bobby Donald?
What's going on?
I'm sorry.
Mike.
You're under arrest for the murder of William Hinks. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you.
What? It just happened. He's being arraigned this afternoon.
I'm on my way.
I'm going too.
No, Lindsay, you...
He's my husband. I'm certainly entitled.
You're 7 months pregnant.
So what?
He's right, Lindsay.
Eleanor.
You don't want to stress yourself into miscarrying. Stay here.
I'll call you. Jimmy, come on.
Karen?
Hey, Beck. Can I talk to you?
Well, sure. Is everything okay?
I think I'd like to hire you. Are you free?
Let's go in here.
It's their fault, Rebecca. Why shouldn't they take responsibility? I'm a widow because of them.
Maybe they should. But to hold an employer liable for an employee's suicide...
They worked him so hard. They verbally abused him and...
Law firms push associates all the time. They all work long hours.
This went beyond that.
We both know Keith suffered from depression.
Which they were responsible for.
Well, did any doctor say that?
Look, Rebecca, you're my friend. If you won't help me...
Of course, I'll help you. I'm just saying that your husband suffered from a pre-existing mental...
That law firm drove him to suicide, and I want to sue them.
Was it foreseeable to you that Keith was going to take his life?
No.
Then how do we really argue it should have been foreseeable to them?
Please. I just need to do this. I need your help.
All right, let me set up a meeting.
I'd like to file a complaint contemporaneously with the meeting. Let them know we're serious about this.
Well, first let me meet...
Just file the complaint. Then we'll meet with them and go from there. Please. It can just be boilerplate, but it'll send a message.
Okay? But I have to tell you, Karen, I'm only doing this out of our friendship. As a lawyer, I don't see much merit in this case.
They killed him, Rebecca. They drove him to take his life.
I guess they're going solicitation. I kind of went into shock when he was reading me.
Wait a second. Alan Neal really did kill Hinks?
Yes.
And how do they connect it to you?
I met with Alan the night before. I told him to scare Hinks. And now Alan is evidently claiming that I asked him to kill Hinks. He was wearing a wire. I think he's made some kind of deal. And now they're after me. They're after me.
Case 32899, Commonwealth versus Robert Donnell. Breaking and entering with intent to commit felonious assault, conspiracy to commit murder and felony murder, and murder in the first degree.
Eugene Young for the defendant. We enter a plea of not guilty on all counts. I also ask that my client be released on his own recognizance.
Given the severity of the charges, the Commonwealth opposes bail.
He is not a flight risk, nor is he a threat to society. Obviously, Mr. Donnell has strong roots in the community. He's a respected member of the bar.
I don't know to which bar my colleague is referring.
I'm setting bail at 100,000, 10,000 bond. Let's conference later for a trial date. Anything else? Adjourned.
We'll get the bail posted. It'll take about an hour. Okay. Hey.
You okay?
Yeah. We gotta take him.
I'm going with him.
I don't think that would
Then don't think that. I'm going.
You hear the counts?
Yeah.
They're not just going solicitation. They're charging first degree.
At 8 on FX.
Okay, 4 o'clock. I appreciate that. Thank you. See you then. There's a surprise. He's coming here.
Who?
The managing partner of the law firm Karen wants me to sue.
Rebecca, don't get me wrong. I love the underdog, but...
She's a friend. She wants to do it. Maybe I can scare up some nuisance change. Who knows?
How'd it go?
Obviously, it all comes down to the credibility of Mr. Neal. The reason for this assemblage. I do not want this one slipping away. Robert Donnell is an enemy to this department. 3 years ago, he tipped off his drug clients to an upcoming police raid which led to the shooting death of 2 officers. He has routinely manipulated the judicial process to prevent murderers from being incarcerated, and he has embarrassed us all while doing so. As far as this office is concerned, this prosecution is payback. Now, you will all be assigned specific roles.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Nobody wants to beat Bobby Donnell more than I do, but this thing being politicized...
I beg your pardon?
It's one thing to charge him on the facts of this case, but his previous history with the department should have no bearing on this prosecution, and I think a departmental vendetta...
That's not what this is.
It sure sounds like it.
Bobby Donnell's previous history with this department is only relevant to the extent that it will be played up in the press. Given the added attention to this case, I'm concerned from a public relations standpoint, and therefore I think it's important that we all do a good job.
That's not what you said, Martin.
That's what I'm saying now, Richard. May I continue?
Why didn't you tell me?
Please don't start.
I'm not trying to start, Bobby, but you bring this Neil guy in, you tell him to scare Hinks, Hinks ends up dead, and you say nothing to me? It had to have been eating you.
Can I have a second with him?
Sure. Why should I know what the hell's going on? I'm only married to him.
They're giving Neil manslaughter. 20 years.
In exchange for his testimony against me.
Yeah. I'm bringing a motion to kick a couple of counts. The most serious being felony murder. That's where you're the most vulnerable.
Felony murder? How can they charge that?
Breaking and entering.
Oh, please, that can't stand.
Well, if it does, you're in trouble, and I don't need to tell you that. I'm going to say this once because I have to say it once, then I'll move on. You're sending a known criminal, a murderer no less, to visit Hinks was perhaps the dumbest thing I've ever known you to do. You put yourself at risk. You jeopardized his firm. Now, I know you were acting as a worried husband, but Bobby, if stupidity were a crime, your ass would be serving life. Now, let's turn to your defense.
Before we get to that, Eugene, I'm about to have a baby. I'm going on trial for murder. I'm in no position, I should say condition, to be running this firm. I won't be till this thing is over. I'm appointing you pro tem senior partner. I'm not passing on a title here. I'm just assigning responsibility.
Okay.
I worked all the associates. We were doing massive class action.
You worked Keith in a way. Karen? Mr. Banish, I obviously know what it's like to work in a law firm.
Can I stop you there, Miss Washington? With all due respect to your practice, you have no experience with class action product liability work. Keith was on a toxic waste case involving 3,200 plaintiffs. This kind of...
I understand that. And I know associates are expected to put in long hours. But you also know, sir, the eggshell doctrine.
Meaning?
Meaning you take your plaintiffs as you find them. And the fact that Keith had an underlying psychological condition is not a complete defense.
Look. I loved Keith.
Oh, please.
Whether you want to believe that, Karen, I did. And his death was shocking to all of us. But we never, ever verbally abused him.
Did you call him at 1 a.m?
Yes, but that's the job.
He asked for time off the week before his death. You wouldn't...
It was also a week before the trial. I couldn't...
All right. Look. Mr. Banish, we're not blaming you for Keith's death.
I am.
Karen. We're merely saying a lot of factors came into play. The pressure of work, the long hours, those were some of the factors. We're suggesting you take some responsibility.
Richard. Listen, I thought about what you said, and, well, I agree. It would be wrong to politicize this. It's also probably overkill to assemble a big army of district attorneys, so I'm scaling it down. You're no longer on the case. We'll have you reassigned. Thanks for your work thus far.
I'm off the case because I don't like what you're doing?
Again, thank you for your work to date.
First priority, we need to kick the felony murder charge. If that count stands, all they really need to prove is that Bobby sent Neil to break into Hinks' house. It's no defense that he didn't intend for Hinks to be killed. This count must be dismissed. Eleanor.
I'm already on it.
Second, privilege. This is huge. We have to go after Neil's credibility. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff we have on him we learned through attorney-client privilege. Now, we need to be able to use it. Lindsay?
Got it.
Third, they gave Neil manslaughter. I'm not sure you can tag conspiracy charges with manslaughter. Bobby, why don't you research that? There's no reason we can't put you to work.
Thanks.
Fourth, this firm. We're in trouble. We may be a partnership, but the face of this place is Bobby. Even if we beat this, our reputation has taken a big hit. Clients may want to bail on us. Potential clients will be less likely to come. I want to retain a publicist. That could be expensive, but we need to do it. Also, we have 2 partners about to have babies. We need to hire. As of now, we have a hiring committee. Eleanor, Lindsay, you co-chair. We have to become as systemized as we can because right now, clients will be looking for us to fall apart. This organization, any disorganization, will fuel that perception.
Rebecca, Walter Banish is here.
Mr. Banish.
Hello. Look, I still contest any liability on our part. But the negative publicity of a lawsuit, I don't want it out there that we're a sweatshop. So I'm willing to make an offer to make this go away. One-time offer, take it or leave it.
Okay, what is it?
$500,000.
Payable now.
Payable upon signing the release, yes. And a complete confidentiality agreement.
Well, I will take it to my client and let you know tomorrow.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Good night.
Beck?
You remember my suicide case? Wrongful death? No merits.
Yeah, it was your friend?
Nuisance change just came in. $500,000.
What?
What are we missing?
I'm not saying the case against him is bogus. It isn't. But there's a lynch mob mentality going on, which is bogus.
They don't really think Bobby ordered a hit, do they?
It doesn't matter. They're out to get him, and they think he was at least reckless, which is all they may need to prove.
Helen? Lindsay, make it go away. Lindsay, I'm not sure that...
He's not a murderer. I'm calling in a favor. Make it go away.
Lindsay, I can't. This is upstairs.
Then take the stairs, Helen. Do whatever you have to do, but make it go away. What?
I'm just looking. I'm sorry. I got so afraid that he really might hurt you. And the reason I didn't tell you is because I knew this is not the kind of stress you need right now.
Bobby, I'm your wife.
I know this.
What happens tomorrow?
We have a motion to dismiss the felony murder count.
If you lose?
Lindsay, their whole case is the word of a career criminal. They can't satisfy the burden with that. They just can't.
I've never seen you look so scared. We'll beat this, Bobby. We'll put the whole firm on it if we have to.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, I guess he admits he's responsible after all.
I can't quite believe it, but...
Thank you so much, Rebecca. You have no idea how much I could use this money to. And I'll get it today, when I sign the confidentiality agreement.
I never mentioned any confidentiality agreement. How'd you know about that?
Oh, well, I'm assuming. My husband was a lawyer, Beck. I know how these things work. I'm assuming the settlement will be sealed.
Well, why don't you fill me in on how things work, Karen? Or how they're working here.
I'm sorry?
Nobody hands over $500,000 after one meeting. No discovery even. He just says, okay, here's a check. What's going on?
I might ask the same question.
We've been friends a long time, and you tapped into that friendship to get me to represent you here. Be straight with me, Karen, or I'll start asking my questions in other places.
Walter Banish embezzled a lot of money from client trust funds, and Keith went along with it. And his guilt, I'm convinced, contributed to his depression. I went to Mr. Banish, and I accused him of contributing to my husband's suicide, and I wanted to be compensated.
So why didn't he just pay you off then?
He said, it sounds like you're accusing me of wrongful death. Perhaps you should sue the firm, and then we'll settle the matter.
He needed to be sued to get his firm to pay the money. And that's why you insisted I draw up a complaint and file it. So he basically could defraud his own partners. Karen, this is extortion. I won't be part of it.
Excuse me, Rebecca, but you're not a part of anything but a legitimate lawsuit. I went to Mr. Banish, and he advised me I'd have to sue him before he'd give me a nickel, and I did sue him. And we've settled the matter. You have no evidence of extortion.
Karen.
Please notify Mr. Banish I accept his offer. By the way, no need to thank me for the easiest contingency you've ever earned in your life. Over $150,000 for one day's work. You're welcome.
There is no legal basis for the charge of felony murder.
Breaking and entering a dwelling to commit a felonious assault is a sufficient predicate to felony murder. There's case law
to charge the person who did the actual breaking and entering. There is absolutely no case law charging the alleged accessory with felony murder.
Any person can be charged as an accessory to any felony.
Yes, well, no one ever has under these circumstances. And suddenly, with Bobby Donald...
Even if Bobby Donald did not conspire to kill William Hinks, he gave Mr. Neal William Hinks' address and dispatched him to his home. Mr. Neal broke into that home. A murder resulting from a breaking and entering is the exact scenario the legislature had in mind when passing the felony murder rule.
There is no evidence that my client was a part of any breaking and entering.
We have a statement from the actual killer. That would be considered evidence.
Your Honor, they know they can't prove this crime. They can't show intent. So the prosecution is charging felony murder to circumvent their burden of proof.
Yes, well, unless I'm missing something, that is one of the very reasons we have the felony murder rule. To lower the prosecution's burden.
If you look at all the cases where this rule has been applied...
The function of the court is not to look...
There is no predicate felony to support these charges. This amounts to selective prosecution against a defense attorney they don't like.
There is absolutely no evidence of selective prosecution in this case. And as for a predicate felony, you've got several. Aiding and abetting a felonious assault, breaking and entering...
Bobby Donald's wife was being threatened. He sent Alan Neal to scare Mr. Hinks, to warn him. Alan Neal committed a supervening act of murder, and now the prosecution is using the felony murder rule as a means to get Bobby Donald. That is what is going on. That's what's going on.
Bobby Donald sent a known killer out to threaten a man. Is it really unforeseeable that a murder happened?
Did he roll?
Not yet.
I'm sorry, Bobby.
You did fine, Eleanor.
I got my ass kicked. Let's just admit it. I just got my ass kicked.
He took it under advisement. Anything can happen.
Listen, I have a little problem myself. My $500,000 settlement, I think it was the result of extortion.
How so?
Well, seems my client's husband and the partner of his law firm were involved in some sort of embezzlement scheme. Karen, my client, tried to extort Banish. Well, he basically steered her to sue his law firm so that all the partners would have to pay her. I was used as a pawn.
You know this for sure.
Well, I know the embezzlement went on for sure. My client denies the lawsuit is anything but legitimate, but it's too suspicious. She demands to file a complaint. The defendant then makes an offer with no discovery whatsoever. It's just way too suspicious.
And what's your problem?
What's my problem? You have to ask me what's my problem?
Unless you have proof the lawsuit is bogus. Do you?
No.
Then accept the offer and be done with it.
Excuse me?
Well, if you do anything to queer the settlement, your client can have an action against us for the full amount.
This is not a money thing, Eugene.
No, it's a legal thing, Rebecca. As I understand it, you sued under the theory of wrongful death. The defendant is settling under that theory, except...
But it's not that simple.
We do not need to be sued by a client at this time, Rebecca. Do you have specific knowledge that the lawsuit is bogus?
No.
Is your client instructing you to accept the terms of the settlement?
Yes.
Then that's exactly what you do.
Fine.
Martin.
Helen.
What's with the summons?
Oh, all the witnesses are getting them, even those we can expect to be cooperative.
Why do you want me to be a witness at all?
Well, Helen, Lindsay Dole is a friend. She asks you to pay a visit to William Hinks to threaten him.
It has no relevance to Bobby Donald's actions.
Perhaps not, but you'll allow me to be curious.
I'm not going to be a prosecutorial witness against Bobby Donald.
I wouldn't call on you to do anything but tell the truth.
Yes, well, experience, I'm sure, tells you that even the most neutral witness finds a way to get in his or her bias.
Meaning?
The prosecution of Bobby Donald is outrageous. You don't want me on the stand. Trust me.
Thanks for the warning. When I do call you, I'll be sure to declare you a hostile witness.
The public defender representing Alan Neal is Bernard Shanley. 2 years out of law school. The DA must love him. He's young, inexperienced. He's got a decent reputation for a kid, but he's a kid.
Well, where can I find this kid?
PD's office. He's usually at arraignments taking assignments. Could visit him there.
That's what I think I'll do.
Oh, you two came together, did you?
We came up on the same elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we execute the documents, I'll give you a check.
Your other partners don't even...
Rebecca?
We can go in the conference room.
Again.
Mr. Shanley? Eugene Young. How you doing?
Fine. Good to meet you.
Likewise. Could I steal a second? All I really want to do is talk to him.
I just can't advise that.
Can I ask why?
Well, until he signs his proffer, I don't want to do anything to screw up the plea.
Manslaughter, 20 years. Can I ask, why do you advise him to go for that?
Well, they have videotape of his going in, audio tape of the attack.
I understand, but his going in proves nothing, and the audio tape, well, I haven't heard it yet.
I have. You can actually hear the beginning of the attack.
Even so, can we be absolutely sure how the attack began? Is it possible Mr. Hinks rushed him?
Didn't sound like it.
Didn't sound like it. I asked, is it possible?
Are you cross-examining me?
Well, I don't mean to, but if there is that possibility... Let's face it, Bernard. William Hinks was a serial killer. The idea that he might have tried to kill Alan Neal is not beyond...
That didn't happen.
Were you there?
Look, what's your point?
My point is, for you to jump at manslaughter without so much as considering all these options was bad lawyering, Bernard. And if there's any way you can still wiggle out of the plea bargain...
It's a good deal for my client.
Bernard, you're young. The last thing you need to do...
Please, don't patronize me.
I'm not trying to patronize you.
You are, and I don't appreciate it.
You made a mistake. If it's impossible to at all undo it,
Why?
Then...
To help Bobby Donnell? He's not...
To help yourself. It's one thing to be thought of as inexperienced. It's quite another to be considered a prosecutorial bagman.
Goodbye.
Why do you think they asked for you, Bernard? The district attorney singled you out. Why is that? Look, I'm not trying to beat you up here, but you're a defense attorney. You're one of us, not them.
I have to be on my client's side.
Let me at least talk to him. I won't screw up your proffer. I just want to...
No, I can't allow that. I can't.
Just tell me this, then. Is he going to say Bobby directed him to kill Hinks? Or will he just say he got the idea that that's what Bobby wanted?
There's nothing equivocal about it. He will say Bobby Donnell hired him to kill William Hinks.
Eugene, we're in.
Be seated.
The first issue, whether a defendant may be charged with conspiracy to commit murder when the one actually committing the murder is convicted of manslaughter. The answer is yes. Prosecutors must be given free rein to plea bargain. This falls within their discretion. The defendant's motion to dismiss the conspiracy count is therefore denied. Second issue, felony murder. As a matter of law, if Mr. Donnell directed Mr. Neal to break into the victim's house with the specific intent of assaulting him, Mr. Donnell becomes an accessory and both he and Mr. Neal are guilty of felony murder. Whether or not Mr. Donnell actually did instruct Mr. Neal, that is a question of fact, not law, and it is therefore a jury question. Accordingly, defendant's motion to dismiss the felony murder count is also denied. We are adjourned.
Okay, we go to work. We get ready to go to trial.
Mr. Young, can we get together?
What's going on?
Lindsay.
You have to stop it.
You need to calm down.
They're going after my husband. Why are they doing this?
You need to calm down. Look, I've let them know I'm against it, but there's nothing else I can do. It's out of my hands.
I've never asked you for a favor.
Lindsay, if I could stop it, I would. Trust me. I think this prosecution is out of line, but on the facts, there is a case.
Why are they doing this?
Okay, listen up. Nothing happened today that wasn't expected. We figured it'd go this way. It did.
Now we dig in. Eugene, I think, has already demonstrated clearly that he can run this shop and we can be just as strong as ever. We cannot let ourselves become demoralized. We have to stay together and support Eugene's leadership.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I find Eugene's leadership thus far to be a little frightening. Aside from being autocratic, his direction to me to look the other way and rubber stamp a settlement I know was illegal.
Rebecca.
Bobby, I want to say this to all of you, and I know the timing stinks given the situation you're in, and I apologize. But Eugene basically instructed me to go along with extortion, and the reason he did so was fiscal. That contingency is something we could use right now. It would be more expedient, let alone more profitable, to turn a blind eye.
Oh, get off your high horse, would you, Rebecca?
All right.
No. We're up to our necks here. We don't need her preaching.
I'll say what I have to say. You all sat quietly and let Eugene be the leader because his decision-making was dirty work, and you were glad to let him do it. That settlement was extortion. Eugene's okay with it? Fine. But if his face is the new face of this firm, it's not the same firm I know.
All right, come on. Let's not do this. Not now.
I'm a partner here, Jimmy. You're not.
All right. Now that's enough. We have to stay together now.
Now what?
Nothing. What till we want?
Let's go to your office. Lindsay? Okay. They've offered a plea. Aiding and abetting a felonious assault. 2.5 years, 1 suspended disbarment.
Right.
What I would like to do is chop that down to 1 year.
Eugene, cop to...
Bobby, we may have a chance at an outright acquittal.
All they have is Neil's word.
I understand. And I can argue his motive to lie in exchange for the plea bargain. The problem is that tape. What he said to Hinks, that precedes any motive to lie. Also, it's already playing all over the press about those 2 cops that got killed, how you got them killed. Even if I keep that out of evidence, which I should be able to do, the odds of the jury not knowing about it. If you get convicted of felony murder, you get life. Obviously, I'm hoping that won't happen, but the risk... The risk. If I could get it down to 1 year, the disbarment might not have to be permanent. You really have to think about it. I'll leave you 2 alone.
I can't believe this is happening.
There's no way I'm pleading guilty.
Bobby, we're about to have a baby.
I'm not getting life in prison. It could never, ever happen.
And I can't even think straight.
It could never happen.
What if you do? What if... What about, what about self-defense? Or maybe defense of others? Maybe
The threat has to be imminent.
I don't understand how this can be happening.
I'm not pleading guilty. I'll go to trial.